Real estate math. How to compute a real estate agent's or broker's commission. Okay, so problem number 4. We have a broker is to be paid a commission of 6% on a sale of $250,000 property. So A, how much will the broker receive? B, the broker will retain 50% of the commission, 20% will go to the listing salesperson, and 30% to the selling salesperson. How much will the salespersons get as a result of the sale? So right off the bat, there's a note about this. In the case, this problem represents a case where one broker will represent dual agency. This is a rare case, and so the transaction will usually consist of the scenario where there's a broker that represents the selling side and a broker that represents the buying side. So as we continue, let's see. So what we want to represent here is, let's see. All right, so we want to represent A. Let's show what we have for A. Let's do A first. So A, say how much will the broker receives, and what we have to do is use the same equation. We have part equals rate times base. And in this case here, the part would be the broker's commission. And the rate is mentioned in the problem above. It says a commission of 6%. So 6% would represent the rate. And we have a sale price of $250,000. So the base would represent the $250,000. So what this says is that we're trying to solve what is the broker's commission. This one is easy. We take the 6%, just like we did previously. We have 6 divided by 100, which is going to give us a value of 0.06. We replace that with 0.06 times 250,000, and it should produce a value of 250,000 times 0.06. And it shows that the broker's commission is going to be a value of 15,000. And this is what we wanted to show for part A. All right, so let's erase that. Let's see, let's erase it and prepare for the second part. Okay, now the broker will retain 50% commission, 20% will go to the listing salesperson, and 30% to the selling salesperson. How much will the salesperson get as a result of the sale? So you have to go back that we showed 15,000 was produced from the total sale. So we have 250,000 times 0.06 would produce a value of 15,000. And as I mentioned in the note that usually the case, there's usually a buying side of the transaction and a selling side of the transaction. So that means that there's a broker represented for the buyer side, there's a broker represented for the selling side, and so that total commission is usually split. So in this case, the 15,000 would be split between selling side, the selling broker, and on the buying side, the buyer's broker. So they both will receive a value of 7,500. All right. So we have the listing side. Really, it's like this. He's taking whatever broker represents that side. So the listing salesperson. Okay, the listing salesperson would just go ahead and do this equation, so we'll see that everything can be related to this. So part equals rate times base. All right, so we want to find out what the commission for the listing salesperson. So in this case, the part represents the commission. And the rate, we say we're going to receive a 20% rate for the listing salesperson. And of course, that's applied to whatever their broker received. In this case, it would be $7,500. So we multiply 7,500 times 20%. And it says in this case here, we have a value of 1,500. And this is what we wanted to show for the listing salesperson. Now the selling salesperson, we want to determine what the commission is there. And once again, we will apply the same equation. Part equals rate times base. Okay, once again, the part is going to represent the commission. And so they say in this case, the selling salesperson is going to receive a rate of 30%. And their broker also received their half, and that half would be 7,500. So we multiply 7,500 times 0.30. So the commission will be 2,250. Is what the selling salesperson receives as a commission. And this is what we wanted to show for problem number 4. This puts us in a position for my next tutorial where we describe how to compute real estate related interest problems. I hope this tutorial was helpful. If you find this tutorial to be helpful, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also feel free to join us at the computing sector. There will be more videos and tutorials coming soon. Thanks.